Everything you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes only. Listen, have some fun, but don't ever do, believe, or promote anything they say. They're idiots.
Guys, hold up. You should know, this ain't for everybody. Welcome to Savagely Loud. What's happening, people? Guys, welcome back to the show for the people that understand that facts divided by feelings equals failure. I'm Cliff, I'm your host, and I'm joined by one of the most awesome living people right now. But before we get to this man, this friend of mine, you know the drill. If you want to help me out, get these words out, get these truths out, you can follow me on Instagram at Savagely Loud. That's where I'm most active. On that page, you're going to find two links. One of those links is to the Savagely Loud podcast page. So if you could please follow me there too, it would be greatly appreciated, as that will inevitably turn into my backup page. The other link you're going to find is just a simple link tree. Anywhere you want to hear my rants or see my bullshit, you can find it easy peasy right there. Outside of that, Facebook, X, Rumble, and Substack, you can follow me at Savagely Loud. YouTube at Savagely Loud Podcast. And you can email me in at savagelyloud@gmail.com, which I strongly suggest you do, especially Facebook users, because my DMs over there are always in the hundreds and it takes forever to get through. So if you want to be guaranteed I see your communication, email me in there. Last but not least, don't forget to like, comment, and share the material. It really, really, really does help. And also, don't forget to rate and review the show. Give me some good ratings. Give me a good review. It helps break the show into the algorithm. And if you like it enough to listen, then other people should be listening to, and I just need your help with that. So, without further ado, I am joined by, like I said, one of the most amazing men. I would actually consider you quite the positive enigma, I think is a great thing, a great description for you. My friend, Conservative Ant. How are we doing, Anthony?
I'm good. How are you?
I have zero complaints. You're beaming like always.
Oh, thank you. It's just the light.
and I see Donnie looking over your shoulder, making sure you're safe.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, so why don't you tell everybody where they can find you if they don't already know?
Yeah, so Conservative Ant on all platforms, YouTube, Truth, which I wish I post more on there, but I don't. YouTube, I'm actually really ramping up a little bit more. TikTok, of course, and unfortunately, Instagram and Facebook.
I got banned from TikTok one time, and that's all it took. I'm never going back. And that was on China Talk. I can only imagine how bad it is now.
It's worse. Actually, if this account goes down on TikTok, I'm probably not going to go back on it.
Yeah, that's a lot of people are kind of shifting away from TikTok, especially after the Ellison buyout. So, yeah. I thought it would. I honestly, I thought it would get better after. I thought it would actually be pretty good when the Chinese owned it, just because they don't like anybody except themselves. So if you're just shit talking anybody but them, I thought you'd be pretty good. But I got banned. So
yeah, that's what I thought. But I think the United States had a hand in TikTok the entire time. So
I would absolutely agree with that. So I had this great thing about how I wanted to start, and then I saw a picture of yours. I saw a post of yours on Facebook the other day, and I was absolutely flabbergasted, absolutely fucking blown away. And so that's where I think we should start, because you have undergone an amazing transformation, and you're still working on it. I see you. And this is a transformation that I'm currently under. I had to hire a professional elite coach to get my ass into shape. I saw the picture of you, and I didn't even know who it was. I didn't recognize you because I didn't know you, but you used to be quite heavy. You used to be fat.
Yeah. I was big.
Yeah, it was because I only know you as you are now, and when I saw that picture, like, my jaw literally hit my lap because I was sitting in the car. I couldn't hit the floor, but it hit my lap because so many people, hundreds of millions of people in this country alone, can't do what you've done. That is a fight, a battle every single minute of every single day to try to maintain that determination, grit, drive, and fortitude to get where you are now. What was that? Okay, what was the trigger that made you I have to change everything and I have to start now?
Honestly, bullies. Like I grew up a skinny kid, so I was never big as a kid. I was never big in my teens or 20s. I think like my late 20s, I started to gain, and then it just kind of progressively got worse. So I'm 5'8" and I was 256 pounds. So as you knew, you saw the picture, it was big. And I had tried to like lose over time, but we're battling this troll um it's like an internet demon, I guess. And I was trying to just kind of have my head above water because I'm putting out this content. I'm getting a little bit more popular. There's more followers coming through. And all I can, like, the only comments that would come through is not like, oh my God, look at this bootlicker. Oh my God, you're a self-hating gay, or you're homophobic, or any of those. It was why don't you go eat another sandwich? Or, hey, look at this guy. Look at this fat fuck. And I'm like, so one day I met someone at an event, and him and his wife were absolutely stunning. They were beautiful. They were not only beautiful on the outside, but they were beautiful on the inside. And he's like, man, we love your content. We own a clinic. It's a men's health clinic. And I think that you'd be super successful mentally, emotionally, and more if you just like took the extra step. And I would love to help you lose some weight. And I didn't take it as like a bad thing. I was like, you're absolutely right. Like, I would love to do that. And bro, I'm telling you, like, I linked up with this men's clinic. I started doing all the things. I literally, for the first time, went through and started doing all the things that he had listed out. And even my other half, he's like, dang, he's like, you don't want one piece of bread? I'm like, nope, I'm not eating that. Nope, I'm not eating that. I stuck to it really hard for about 6 months. And then people were like, uh, are you doing something to lose weight? And I was like, yes, I am. So I'm actually, and then I just felt better and better. And I did it the right way, right? Like, a lot of us are like, oh, January 1st, let's go to the gym and get a membership and da da da. And then you post online and then you fall off in a month or two. And then people are like, what happened? Did you end up like stopping? So I just did it and didn't say anything. But I got my blood work done. And it was a little scary because they were like, you have high cholesterol, you're borderline, pre-diabetic. I was going to bed wheezing. I mean, I couldn't even tie my shoe without being like,
Yeah, I feel you.
so yeah, I stuck to it. And here we are.
How long has this journey been for you so far?
So we're just talking about it today. I think that now I'm at, I think this is my second year. So I literally started on New Year's Eve 2 years ago. So this will be the second year of, after that, I learned my testosterone was super low, which a lot of men in our age group tend to really drop. Yeah. I didn't know what a pivotal role having like good testosterone levels did for a man. And so I was like at 200 or something like that. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know. I don't even know what these numbers mean. They're like, yeah, you're at 200. You need to be between 8 and, I think it was like 8 and 11 or something, or 8
Mm-hmm.
and 12. And I was like, okay, what do I do? So I got put on testosterone replacement therapy, which is TRT. A lot of guys are on it. And that was like the catalyst, because I was like, oh, okay. So then I was waking up with energy, and my food was able to digest. My metabolism went up. And then I just started looking into other stuff like peptides, that are really good for your joints, really good for sleep habits, magnesium, B12 shots, just all the things that all these men's and women's clinics can really facilitate for you, and stuck to it. Intermittent fasting, everyone's like, well, what do you eat? I'm like, I probably eat between 11 and 7. Super high protein, low breads, low carbs, low sugars. But yeah, I mean, it's all the things that we all know, really, that, like, oh, I eat this, and this, and I'm not a fitness influencer, and I never will be. But it's motivated a lot of my followers to be like, to kind of take the next step.
I'm already on my journey. Like I said, I had to hire a coach. You might know him, Dallas James Wicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my coach. I hired him. I spent the money and got a guy that I knew could get me the results because I've been a food addict my whole life. As a beaten kid, tormented kid that I didn't have any friends at school because I was always beat up and bloody and bruised up from my dad. So like I was an outcast everywhere, and I found solace in food. I found that food was my best friend. Food was the only thing in my life, for the most of it, that it just put a smile on my face without judging me. And I think that's where a lot of people land in this world that we live in. And because we spend so many years of our lives there, that's where we stay. And that's why it becomes such a difficult task to get out of that endless loop of just feed. And I would go to bed, like I had to tell, like in my onboarding with Dallas, I had to do the blood work, and again, low testosterone, like bottom of the rate. And I was like, but I was in, it showed that I was in range, right? We'll call it. And I was super excited because most of my shit was in range. And I sent it to him, and then he analyzed it. And then he had a couple of doctors that he works with analyze it. And they're like, all right, you're fucked. All right, we're just going to come out. This is low, this is low, this is low, this is low. And your testosterone, it needs to be, I was like, well, it says it's in range. And that's when I found out that they keep dumbing down the standard because of the food, the foods we eat. They just keep lowering the standard on what's normal for a man. And I ended up being at 263, and that's about the floor of where you could be.
Yeah.
And he said I should be in the 1100s to 1300s, given my goals. But yeah, and then it was a super mind fuck, and I don't know how you like if you went through this too, but it's a super mind fuck because I eat so much. So Dallas has got me eating. I mean, I eat, steak and eggs for breakfast, and then 3 hours later, I have like 7 ounces of chicken thighs and a cup of rice. 3 hours after that, I'm having a giant chicken breast and more rice. Then 3 hours after that, it's Chobani plain Greek yogurt with blueberries and a protein scoop of Paleo Valley protein. Then I'm having steak and potatoes for like, and I told him, I was like, I'm a very inquisitive person. And I don't want to make it seem like that I'm questioning your expertise because I'm 100% in your hands. But this feels counterintuitive to eat this much because all the weight I've ever lost before, because I did the yo-yo thing, you're up and down, you're up and down. That's outside of my drug use. Drug use is a fantastic weight loss program, but it loses all your health with it, so you don't want to do that.
No.
But I told him, I was like, this is really counterintuitive to be eating this much. I thought we should be cutting, and he's like, no, what we need to do is reverse diet. And I was like, the guy's a quack.
He's right.
Yeah, he is right. And then it got my metabolism, and now we're moving into a cut phase because I'm 280 right now, and
But you're tall, right?
I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
But I'm still fat. I'm still ugly, so I'm definitely not comfortable where I want to be.
Yeah.
I want to be shirt off someday in my life,
I don't think I will ever do the shirt off thing. Like I even though I'm like the fittest I've probably ever been in my life right now, like I still am like
as am I. I get super bashful. And like, I don't know if you had to change it for like swimming classes and shit in high school.
Well, in
my
our
God.
time, we had to actually shower in front of each other.
Yeah.
So,
oh my God. Oh.
It's like more about like our coach was like, get in the showers with no shorts on. And I'm like,
Yeah. But yeah, so I find it like, you amaze me on a lot of levels. I'm not going to lie to you. And this is definitely I am so glad that I saw that picture because this journey that you've done and you're doing it takes a fortitude that most people just don't have. And you have it in spades. And dude, you look fantastic,
Thank you.
And I'll bet you feel better, you have to feel better, right?
Oh my gosh. It was funny because we have our buddy Doug here. You know Doug.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, I do. I love Doug.
Patriotic Doug. He's one of my faves. And we were like literally my plaza and where my store is at kind of has everything that I need in it. So it has my gym in the corner of it. They have farmers market every Tuesday morning. I have a German bakery right across that I grab stuff for first responder Tuesdays. So like we're kind of doing this bounce. Yeah. Oh, and I have my breakfast place next door. So it's like we're bouncing around the plaza, right? And I'm walking around. And he's like, for a short guy, you sure do walk really, really fast. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just really hyper, and it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like taking long strides. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. We're good. He's like, bro, slow down. I'm like, sorry.
No, slowing down is what got me to have to speed up, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, listen, I used to waddle. Okay. The fact that my legs go like this now and I don't chafe, I'm good.
Right. One of my favorite pairs of pants growing up as a kid was this. I'm going to say it out loud. It was these brown brushed corduroy pants that with the tight roll cuff at the bottom. Yeah, I loved those things, but fuck, man, just walking around as a fat kid in them things was terrible. I had the sense of style of like a sewer rat, but it, you know.
How were you in those?
I didn't. You know what? I was always hot because I was a fat kid. Like.
So you didn't, yeah, there was no difference. Yeah, there was no difference. Yeah.
I was the guy wearing shorts in school in the middle of a snowstorm because I was trying not to sweat, you know?
Listen, I knew that there was a problem when I was getting ready to go to a wedding or something and I'm in the bedroom and I just got out of a hot shower and I'm like trying to get ready. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like sweating and I'm like, oh, geez. I'm like sweating, and Jimmy's like, I'm just gonna let you do your thing. Like, and I would get pissed. I'm like, where's that shirt? And it's like buttons popping off. I'm like, something has to happen. Like, this is Chris Farley right now. And it's like, not. I'm like, yeah.
You know how many shirts I've had to rebuy because I went to put them on and then I was too fat for them and they couldn't button them or they weren't. So I just and tear them off like fucking Hulk. Just get mad, and then you just hear buttons hitting everything. Ugh. We got no sound on you, brother. Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
Yeah, it's really insane. But man, what an inspiration! Because I saw that picture and I was just like, holy shit! Like, this dude has it. Like everything you want, this dude fucking has it, and it can all be summed up in that journey. You know, just everything that it takes: the mental, the emotional, the physical, the everything. I thought that was amazing. But also too is I think it's very important to, like, I tell when I hired Dallas or when I started talking to him. My thing is people, I think people need to understand, especially because I'm in this situation now where I'm starting to grow. Like I'm starting to make friends that I didn't think I would have, you included. And I'm getting noticed, and I feel like I'm that guy that like people put a lot of weight into now. And once you appear in public, like I told Dallas, I was like, here's the honest to God's truth is I'm gaining a following, but because I'm overweight, I there's going to be a lot of people that just don't take me seriously, you know?
You think that? Do you really think that?
I know so because so I didn't actually start out social media doing what I do now. And anybody that's just tuning into the show, I'll real quick describe what I do. I specialize in incendiary cultural commentary. That's what I have coined it. And the whole purpose is I get mad, I get loud, I get animated, you know, I put on that face of that character, and then I spew some facts with a little bit of implication and a little bit of opinion. And because I need to get people to access the truth. And there's only, for me, in my head, dealing with so many people over the course of my life and mentoring and coaching so many people, I have found that there's only two ways to get the absolute truth out of somebody. Get them drunk or get them pissed. And I can't get people drunk on the internet, but I can piss them off enough to where they come at me, you know, fuck you, this and that and the other thing. And that's where the conversation starts. I get through all that. I don't care about all that. You can call me anything you want. and then we start the conversation, and I will convert you. I will get you to understand that my content isn't about hate, it's about accountability, because accountability is what's going to lead us all as a collective, as a whole, to success in this country, especially. But given that, before I started that January of this year, January 10th, I think I was like, just like, fuck it. I'm gonna get online, and I'm just gonna try to lose all my followers. So attention, black people, you know, like, but before that, the first, if you go back on my Instagram on Savagely Loud, the first 938 videos that I put up were all personal development, because like I said, I was a beaten kid. I didn't have any resources. I didn't have anybody around me. I just kept looking up to see somebody to help me, and nobody was there. So I just spent my life trying to educate myself, seek wisdom, and become the guy that could be there for people that didn't have anybody there, which led me to since fourth grade, I've been a suicide mentor. Like I literally talked the first kid I knew out of suicide in fourth grade, and I just never stopped. People connect with me, wow. I guess. So we do that. And, but yeah, the first 938 videos of my Instagram account were all personal development. I was getting asked to be on podcasts with psychiatrists and therapists because they loved my approach. They loved what I was doing, but nobody else did. And it had a lot to do with, most of the feedback I got was, how can we trust you? You're a fat fuck.
It's so interesting to me. I just never, like, when I first started following you, and I absolutely adore you. Like, that wasn't even a thing at all. I never thought that. Like, I'm like, I don't even think you're fat. Like, I'm so mind blown.
Well, I am, but thank you.
I don't see that. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to be nice. Like,
people just say
I'm absolutely not trying to be nice.
Yeah, how's that? People say, what is that? You carry it well.
Is that what they say? Oh, gosh. Well, good job at carrying it well, but I don't give a fuck. I didn't think that at all.
Right. But yeah, well, and that's, you know, when we, when I messaged you that first time, it's because I had been following you for a few minutes there, and I really loved the way you just lit up the camera, because you have an aura that transcends lenses, and you have an aura that people can actually feel over video, and you're captivating. So when I started following you, or was following you for a while, and I think it was Colton that I did something or commented or something, and next thing you popped up. And I was like, oh, fuck, because of my new content, there's a lot of confusion. Well, not confusion. There's just a lot of misinterpretation on my own part, like allowing it to be vague where people will believe I believe certain things. So I had messaged you and just clarified my content. And right then and there, you were just like, dude, I'm so glad you reached out. Like, it's fucking awesome that you took that time. And like, dude, we've been talking ever since. I think you're one of the best people on the fucking internet. You know, daily. You're just a realist.
Yeah, we talk daily. Yeah, no, look, I think, thank you, by the way, for saying that. You've used a lot of words today that a lot of people have not described for me. Illuminating, a lot of good things.
Yeah, I won't apologize. I believe it all.
I transcend. I love that. I'm not a trans person. I just transcend. What I want people to know, I think, I really don't give a fuck what your thought process is, even if I really don't disagree, even if I don't agree with it and I disagree with it, you are allowed as an individual, as a human, to say whatever you want, and I'm allowed to either stay in the room or walk out. And if I'm still sitting in the room, there's obviously something else about that person that I'm like, I fucking love him. So I don't expect everybody to align with me all the time. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I probably in my entire life maybe have 4 enemies. Like, I can't stand them, but I would never poorly talk about them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I will let the universe handle them. Um, but yeah, I think that you're amazing, and I think that all the things that you do to help people that you said since for, I would expect you to be easier on yourself, and you're actually harder on yourself. And this isn't turning around and making it about you. And I'm not trying to like, you
That's
know,
fine.
lay you down on the couch and be like, so what are you feeling today?
How do you feel about that?
But you should give yourself more credit.
You know what? Here's the thing: is like I was at a point. So I've been blessed enough to live many lives, and I did get to a point in one of those lives where I gave myself the credit that people say I deserve now, and I became a total arrogant prick. Like it was really easy. I started filling my head with this struggle that I went through that most other people didn't go through, and how I made it, and I made it alone, and I bolstered my ego too much, and it turned me into something I really didn't want to be. So what I did is I just reversed course on that, and I just started being harder on myself. I said, if I'm going to be real with everybody else, I'm just going to have to be the realist with myself
I
and
get it.
understand where I'm coming from mentally and emotionally and spiritually when I talk to other people. So that's why I'm hard on myself, because it's basically me holding myself accountable. It's holding the balloon down above the skyline, if you will.
I get it.
Yeah.
I like it. I get it.
So here's an odd one. I saw a piece of your content the other day, and I adored it because I just don't hear it from anybody else. And you're obviously a gay man, and you're you don't play bullshit. Like you don't play patty cake with when we look over at the gay community and we see a lot of this shit about marriage and this and that and the other thing, and everything's supposed to fit us because this is what we want. I saw a video of you the other day, and you were saying that the marriage is between a man and a woman. If that's the kind of marriage you're going, that's part of what makes you an enigma, because you're just, every time I fucking turn around, I'm seeing ants just shattering another stereotype, and it's absolutely fantastic. And that's one of the biggest stereotypes, because in American society, especially, we're clicked up. Like you have to be part of a group, and that group has to stick with that group. And if you start straying, that group turns. But you're in every fucking group. Like I don't think there's a demographic of people that you just don't belong in.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, I don't know. I just, I've always said that I question everything. I've always been like that since I was a little kid. I just question things. And, you know, when it came to the marriage discussion, like I was raised as a Roman Catholic. Okay. It was very hard for my dad to even wrap his mind around the fact that his son was gay and coming out as gay. But I also understood why he was upset. And a lot of the gay community can't understand that. They can't fathom that. They think that you owe them that. They think in their mind that they're like, well, what do you mean? That's you have to accept that. And it's like, nah, they really don't, bro. And here's the thing is like, I put myself in the father's shoes, and I said, I probably just crushed his world. He needs a minute because I was the firstborn. He held his son. The thing he thought about when he held me was, can't wait for him to one day get married, be a man, have children, go to his wedding, me hold my grandkids. All that just got blown up because I decided to tell him none of that's happening. I'm gay. Or at least that's what he thinks, right? That's what so instead of saying, well, what do you mean what do you mean you don't accept me? You have to accept me. You have to accept me, and you have to accept they and them. And he's like, hold on a minute. Who are those people? And I'm like, nobody, it's me. I'm just they and them. You know what I'm saying? Like you're expecting all these people to do all the things all the time. And that's a huge problem with what's going on in our current situation in our country. And it goes, I just made a video the other day when I was like, hey, being gay isn't cool. Like, when did you guys think that it was like a purse? Like, it's not cool to be gay. It is a very serious situation for an adult, for a person, for a child to battle internal emotions, to be like, holy shit, and then come to the realization in themselves to be like, okay, yeah, I like this, or have their first sexual experience and be like, oh shit, like I am gay. oh my God, what do I do? And I'm just speaking from me and what happened to me internally when I finally realized, oh my God, yeah, because I tried both. And I was like, oh my God, I really like guys. Like, what am I gonna what like? So it's not cool. Parents shouldn't be promoting it. It's not something that you just want to, it to be gay is really, it's like, why would anybody want their kids to go through a harder life? Like, just raise them to be children, shut the fuck up, peg your husband later, and let's not fucking do all of the semantics, okay? Please. Whatever your fucking internal thing was that you maybe these parents wished that they sucked a couple of dicks in their time. That's great. Do that on your time. But these are kids. They have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Let's not. How about let's not do that? Let's be real. It is not cool and it is very serious for somebody to admit that they're gay. It is what it is. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's when it's like there are some values that I believe are very, very set in stone. Like marriage is meant to be between a man and a woman. I mean, it is what it is. That's what it is. Biblically, that's what was supposed to happen. That is the reason why you and I are sitting here talking right now, was because a man and a woman had sex. They got married, they had a family. The basis of all of the traditional things that you think of since the beginning of time, of building family and homes and children and lineage and all the things. This is not going to happen between me and you, bro. I mean, I love you. We could do whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, nobody needs you. I can't make people be like, I have to get married. And they're like, bro, I don't give a fuck what you do. Do you? Like, get married if you want. Go get the certificate, but it's not real. Like, I want to get married. Okay, do that. I don't care. Do that. You can do it all day. We could play theater all day.
Yeah, and you touched on, like, being gay is not cool. Okay, so um, I'm a big one for respective struggle, because I've been through many struggles in my life, and I feel like I deserve a certain air of respect for that, or at least to not be overshadowed with something that's less, And I think that when this big movement of parents trying to force their kids to be gay or to come out, whatever, it has overshadowed the actual real life internal emotional spiritual mental struggle that gay people, both genders, it's obviously harder for a man because it's so much more acceptable as a woman, but
Agreed.
the struggle that that gay men especially had to go through in finding themselves, and then wondering how they're going to bring it out, wondering how old will I be when I actually get to be myself, because I'm surrounded by all these people that don't support me, or wouldn't support me, or you believe that. And then you go through this struggle that's years and years long, and you've done what you feel is like trample on family members' hearts. Like you said, you exploded your dad's dreams. He's going to need him in it. You had to go through these struggles, but then you're just like, but then you see, Karen from the book club, just like, oh yeah, my kid's gay. Yeah. Like,
I just love it. I just love it. I bought him a blouse and he wore. Stop doing that. Like, and here's the thing that Karen, it's always white, fat, liberal women.
yes.
Always white, fat, liberal women. Here's what really annoys me about those people is, do you understand that I crushed as a gay man? We also felt like a piece of us crushed too, because I wanted nothing more than to get married and have kids and do the whole thing that everybody does. Right? Like, right? Like, I would have loved to just be like, things are normal. Like, I'm getting married. Like, I'm giving my parents this great wedding. Like, I never got to experience a wedding that, like, straight couples have. I never got to get all the fucking wedding gifts that y'all get. Like, I never got that shit. I had to buy the fucking spatulas and toasters and shit. You know what I mean?
Buy my
So
own
like,
damn
I feel gypped. I feel fucking gypped. So and for people to sit there like, Karens and Debbie's, and they're like part of their book club, and they're like, yeah, today's drag story hour. I don't know what trauma those moms, and it's even worse to me, bro, when I hear like males, like fathers talk like this. Cause I'm like, that's the gayest shit I've ever heard in my life. The fuck is going on? You know, I grew up with a very masculine dad, like very masculine. And like if my dad saw me doing some stuff that was like a little gay, he was like, hey, we're going outside to grill. Let's go. Come on, we're going outside. Hand me the wrench. Come on, let's go. And my mom's like, he's a kid. He's like, he's a boy, and we're going outside to do this. So yeah, I mean, I just think that we've glorified it. Like they've glorified it to become something that is so freaking like edgy and cool. And like everybody's gay. And like, and here's where they lost the gay community. Ready? It is now transphobic if I don't want to date a trans man. I'm sorry. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I like dick. So I will not date a trans man because he doesn't have a dick. It doesn't make me transphobic, as they're trying to make straight men feel like they have to date trans women. Well, guess what? There are some straight men that are into trans women. That's a fetish. Cool, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But you can't make people feel bad if they're like, bro, I'm good. Like, I'm a straight dude. I don't like dick, but she's got boobs. Great. She's still a guy. I'm not transphobic. I just don't want dick. Is that weird?
Yeah, no. Well, that's the problem. Is everything that you don't want, somebody else has labeled a phobia. Like, I'm not scared of it. I don't like it. Like, I'm not scared of roasted cabbage. I just don't. I think it tastes like shit, so I'm not going to eat it. You know, like. Like you don't just try dick like it's an ice cream cone. Like, fuck it, let's try it. You know, whatever.
Yeah. You have to have like a little bit of want to do it. And again, it's not a big deal. Like it's been happening since the ancient times. Like, but nobody ever asked. I believe that America has created a social construct on purpose over modern times. We're dating back to like 1950s. Okay, where they created all of these things and the rest of the world kind of didn't follow along. Because if you go to Europe, straight men are very affectionate. Yeah. Straight men are very affectionate. They kiss on the cheek. They fucking go up to each other. They fucking pull each other's dicks. They're like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, who the fuck is gay around here and who's straight? Like, I have no idea what's going on. They just don't care. Like, they've never really separated the two. Whereas the United States is like, this is why we have BLM and the LGBT, WXYZ, blah, blah, blah. This is why we have this community and that community and flags for everything and this, because we've allowed it to happen, bro. Mm-hmm. They've allowed it to happen. They wanted it to happen because we're all going to fight about it.
That's exactly it. We're all going to fight about it. And I think that's the whole plan for everything. Everything that the elites, we'll label them that, everything that the elites think that we can fight on, we can be divided by, they exacerbate that issue so that the divide widens and the control then deepens. You know, if we can separate heterosexual and gay, and then we'll take, now once we get those guys separated, then we're going to separate the heterosexual, the gay, and the bisexual. And then once we get those separated, we're going to add the trans in, separate those, and then separate all the fucking alphabet shit that comes after it. Then we're going to separate men and women. Then we're going to separate kids and adults. Then we're going to separate teens and toddlers. Then we're going to separate black and white and Mexican and this and that and the other thing. Every single direction that we look is absolute division wherever you go. Yeah. and it takes people like you, the shatterer of stereotypes, to make people think about some things. Like, I've got a couple of friends that, I've turned them on to your content, and my one buddy, he's like, dude, he's like, is that gay dude? I was like, yeah, that's that gay dude. Yeah, you need to watch that gay dude. And he's like, dude, I don't want to watch some shit about dude all being gay all the time. And I was like, yeah. There you go. That's the narrative. That's what you learned. Every gay dude is all about, that's the whole content is, I'm just gay. I'm gay. I'm super gay. Look at how gay I am. I was like, this motherfucker stands for some shit. And now he's one of your biggest fucking fans.
love that. Tell him I love him in a no gay way. Um, and that's you nailed it. Like that's it. And I was always I remember when I was trying to like really find myself in my 20s and I was going out and working in the gay bars and all that out in Chicago. I was always called by my gay group of friends. They're like, "Oh my God, you're such a bad gay guy," and I was like, "Why?" Because then, now you're talking about, I'm 40. So you're talking about 20 something years ago. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was being called a bad gay before I even knew I was conservative. Because they would like introduce somebody and they'd be like, "This is my straight friend, Cliff." And I was like, "Why did you say that?" And they're like, "So everybody knows he's straight." I'm like, "What does it matter? What if on Wednesdays he doesn't want to be straight? And he
Yeah.
doesn't want to tell you about it? Do we have to put him in the bi section? I thought everybody was a little bi. Nobody? No. Okay. So they would always try to put everybody in all these things. And I was like, why are we doing this? And then they would come up to you like super flamboyant all the time. And I'm like, is this really you? Or are you just trying to tell people that we know? We
Right.
kind of know. So I was always called a bad gay. And then I was like, when I realized I was conservative, I was like, holy fuck, I'm actually conservative.
Yeah. Well, you said, okay, so you said something really, really in there. You like, or should we put him in the bi section? You're 40, I'm 43. Do you remember? I don't know when you moved out of Chicago, but do you remember when we were speaking on the division thing where they even divided, they tried to segregate the bisexuals away from the gay community, and all the billboards in Chicago said the gay community has no time for your confusion?
Yes.
What in the fuck is this?
Yes, I do. Well, and then you said it earlier. You were like, well, I think women, two women is way more accepted than two men, right? It's because they've made it seem like it's always been super sexy. Like
Yeah.
two women on each other is always super sexy. I honestly don't want to see anybody all over each other in public. Like, I don't care if it's like a husband or a wife or like people that have followed me for a while know that I hate couple worship. It's like not my thing. I can't stand it. Like I love individuality in both a man and a woman and a man and a man. Like I love the fact that they're able to love each other but have also their own life. So like I don't go for that shit. And like if you're all over each other in public, whether you're a woman or a woman, a man or a woman, a man or a man, like why are you doing that? Like, ew. Why?
Yeah.
Like, we get it. You guys are together. Surprise. Like, why? You know what I mean?
Like eighth grade when you had to walk around with your hand in the other girl's pants, like in the back pocket. Oh, I was just letting everybody know she's mine.
Yeah.
Like, how old are we? Like I find it absolutely disturbing. Like I don't, it's not to say like I'm like some sort of church zealot or whatever, but when I'm like walking the mall, I like to see people holding hands. That's nice.
Fine.
There's some connection there. I like that
Yeah.
that warmth that brings that. But what I don't like is, the slobbery smooches and the kissing and the fucking the ass rubbing in the line at the fucking local Walmart. Like,
Oh,
we
the
need to stop
constant
all of it.
and the constant Facebook posts from Greg and Shannon from high school, but they're like, they're like take random pictures of each other and they're like, where would I be without this beautiful person in my life? Like, bitch, you've been married for 10 years. We know you're married. Like, we get it. You've already claimed that. Nobody wants him but you. Like, we know that's your man, girl. That's your man. We know. Like, I hate that. Like, because then you're like, what is going on
Yeah, what are you hiding?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it all the time. In fact,
less is more, honey. Less is more.
Right? In fact, it's one of my favorite things to do is just ever love and bash the shit out of fucking people that are always doing these gigantic public proclamations of love and endearment. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I've been married for almost 10 years to my second wife, and the most amazing relationship I could ever imagine in my life. We're so perfect for each other. And nobody on the internet fucking knows it because I don't have to put it on the internet. I put my shit on the internet. I let her live her fucking life. I do my shit. She shuts the fuck up every now and then when she disagrees with some shit that I'm saying because she understands it has to do with my life. And I do the same for her. And then it's just, that's the way it is. It's just.
We've been together for 15, 16 years, okay? It's so funny because I'll get comments of like, did y'all break up? And I'm like, who are you talking about? Uh, well, Jimmy, we don't ever see you post about him. Did you ever think, Sharon, that we don't want you to know about us? Did you ever think that maybe he's been doing his own shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need, like, okay, it's your anniversary, it's each other's birthdays, by all means. Oh my God. Happy anniversary to my best friend. Love you, bud, or love you, babe, whatever. But it doesn't have to be an everyday. Look at what he did today. Look at what she did today. Look at what they did. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Am I in a fucking simulation? What happened?
Yeah. It's like that. It's like that whole thing. Like nothing says somebody cheated like a joint Facebook account. I get messages all the time from like Bob and Sarah and Joanne and Marquette and
oh God, I will never accept those. I will never say accept.
I sometimes I do, and it always bites me in the ass. It's never a great thing. And then because then I don't even know who I'm talking to. Like I had one telling me like, "Oh, could you support my husband? Could you support my husband? Could you support my husband?" So I started talking to this person like she's a woman, and all of a sudden the guy's like, I don't know why you're talking to me like that, but yeah, this is the dude."
Yeah. Oh, that it happens it doesn't happen all the time but it does happen where look, I get hate for this as well. Okay. Because people are like, if you don't support us as a couple, bitch, nobody said that. And this is half the reason also why, like, I have like a gripe with a lot of females. No hate. I love females. I think y'all are great. It just doesn't work in my life. Like, you have to be like a specific type of female to fuck with me. Otherwise, you sound like broken fucking nails and glass and shit. Like, all I hear is, and I hate it. Like, so for me, it's like, I'd rather not, because everything is always led with a lot of thoughts and emotions behind it, where guys are like, yo, bro, we good? Good. Yeah, we're doing this. All right, awesome. They're like, so I put a list together, and then this list is the sub list to that list. Also, I talked to Cheryl. I'm like, bitch, why did you write me 4 pages? All I asked you is, where do you want to meet for lunch, girl? Like, what why is it all this?
Yeah. Absolutely. Women are, I mean, just in general, a pain in the ass to deal with. And it's not a secret, but like that's why my wife doesn't like women. She's like, I can't fuck with these bitches. Like,
I would probably be friends with your wife.
I think you would
because the
love
girls
my wife,
that I'm really good friends with are like that.
Yeah, I think you would love my wife and she would love you, because she is just like, she's like, fuck women. I can't deal with women. I can't deal with this bullshit. Like, well, let's go here. No, let's go here. No, this time, that time, this place. We'll take this car. We'll take that. We'll have these drinks. Like, she's like, I can't fucking deal with this shit. I mean, you can imagine what kind of personality she has. She's married to me, so. So,
it's so funny that you just said that, because I was just having the same conversation with a friend today. We're like, in order to be with me, right? We're very strong personalities. To somebody be with you, somebody be with my good friend Trisha, somebody, like, the other person has to be fucking good. Like, they have to be good, because they have to, like, not let shit bother them, not fucking worry about shit, know that that's just me, and not fuck with me. Like, they're just, because they know. Like if you roll with us for 15 plus years or 10 plus years, that motherfucker knows what's up. You know what I'm saying? And like, otherwise, it's not going to, listen, it's very rare. We wouldn't be able to be doing this right now if our other person was trying to also be me.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know where the fuck he's been at. Hello? He's around someplace.
Well, that's like my wife is a complete opposite me. I walk into, so here's the thing. I don't know what it is about me. I mean, I don't look, and this is not self-deprecating. It's just a reality. I don't look like the most inviting person to want to talk to. but we can't even walk into a fucking gas station without somebody pouring out their problems to me. It just happened the other
My
day.
God, this shit happens to me too, dude.
Yeah, like what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this? Something? Did I wear a shirt or something? And then, because of who I am, now I got to listen to the problems. Then I got to offer you some advice, and then I got to hope that you're doing well, and then I got to think about you for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. So you're the type of person that I go towards. Like, it's the people where some people, you got the tattoos and stuff, and you like some people that other people wouldn't go up to, I always go towards. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? I have a problem where I will go into a gas station, and by the time I leave the gas station, I know what happened to the clerk that day, why she's having her boyfriend did this, that I know all the things, and I have to donate to whatever thing it is.
Oh shit!
Whatever. So it'll take me I'll come out of the gas station 20 minutes later, and Jimmy's like, "Who did you donate to?" I was like, well, listen, here's what happened. So there was this, and it's just because I listened to the full story. Half of it happens to be, okay, yeah, just round up. Or the other half is I genuinely feel bad for the person that's behind the counter or the situation, whatever. And then they tell me all their problems. And then I'm in there for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awful. Like I call it frolfing. I know people that are in the disc golf community hate that term because whatever. But we took a vacation, me and my best friend. Well, he's no longer my best friend. I told him the reality of his life, so we don't talk anymore. But we took this fucking vacation to Michigan to just disc golf at different courses and shit. And then the last night, I was like, "You want to go somewhere and get something to eat?" He's like, "No, I'm not going anywhere with you." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Dude, I'm so fucking tired of dude, the last time we went to a restaurant, the waitress literally sat down with us for an hour, and all I heard about was her fucking failed marriages and her kids don't talk to her." He's like, "I can't handle that shit no more."
Really? I think you and I can we take a vacation together. Actually,
let's fucking do it. I need to get down to Florida.
Yeah, I've been fucking telling you, and you just won't do it. I think you hate me. No, I'm just kidding.
This motherfucker.
I probably would have the waitress sitting at our table too. I have a story for everybody that only like 4 people know because they were there. So I went to a strip club one night with all my buddies. Okay, because boobs. Like,
who doesn't like boobs?
Right? Yeah, right. No, it was just right. It was fun, whatever. So at the all out the gate, I saw this girl, and she kept coming up to me, and I was like, "Listen, I don't date girl. It's cool, but I'm like just here in support. You know what I mean? You're hot, you're great, but." And she's like, "Oh my God, I love you even more." Bop, 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 whatever. Tell me why I probably changed. I don't want to say changed her life. She's probably not working there anymore, because what happened was we ended up sitting at a table. And I was like, "Girl, you're so pretty. You don't need to be doing this. So how many kids do you have?" And we started talking about, I knew how many kids she had. Listen, she's probably serving or bartending on the beach somewhere, because I was like, "You can make so much money on the beach. I know the owner of this restaurant. You could work there. You don't need to be doing this, working till 5 o'clock in the morning." She's like, "You're right." I'm like, "Yeah, you're so hot." I'm like, I'm surprised I didn't get kicked out, probably, because the guy's like, "You're taking my girls."
You're poaching them.
Like, just changing their lives.
just reversing course.
I didn't give her a dollar. Not a dollar. Not a dollar.
But everything you did give her saved her some dollars. That's the point. That's the magic.
So basically, you and I can single-handedly change an entire town if we hang out for 4 days.
Oh, I believe so. And we're gonna.
Yeah.
Like I was just telling Colton the other day, we were talking, and I was like, man, I like every fucking time I'm turning around, somebody's like, "Dude, you got to come visit. You got to come visit. We got to make some content together. We got to do this. We got to do that." So I was like, man, now I'm at the point now where it's like, instead of flying down to Florida and hanging out with you guys, with you and Aunt and everybody, I might have to drive and then just like I might have to drive and stop in Indiana to see my buddy, and then I got to stop in Virginia to see him. Like, well, I got to in New Jersey to see him. I'm just gonna have to do like this half nation tour of fucking seeing all my friends. I think that'd be a blast.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't even I would be good like not even making content. Like even if we hung out for a couple days,
Yeah.
we didn't do any of that, and then threw in that we're hanging out, I would be good with that. But either way, I think Florida's got to be first.
Yeah. I love Florida. So I'm a redneck. Like I've spent some time in Florida. I spend my time in on Lake Okeechobee though. Like I go to Okeechobee, Florida.
Yeah.
I've played with the gators and the egrets and whatever. Like
taken a couple places. Yeah.
You know what's really weird about Florida is being from, and you're gonna, I think you're gonna understand this. Maybe you never thought about it, maybe you have, but what's weird for me about being in Florida is there's no songbirds. There's just no tweets. There's no chirps. None of it. It's just
what the fuck? Yeah. Fucking pterodactyl went past my backyard the other day. Like, what the fuck was
that? So good. I'm gonna laugh my fake ass teeth out of my mouth.
And I made that happen. I'm so excited.
So what I do want to tell, I want to touch on too is, what is it like? Okay, so just recently, if we kind of reset the board here and we go back to a social media and environment, just recently, you had a lot of people pushing on you, pushing on you, and then a lot of us came, we fired up, our platforms. What did that?
I don't really. Like, here's the thing, okay? Like, I really wish people would just go and watch full podcasts instead of just watching the one clip, because there's context in everything. I'm one of the first people that, when I'm still very upset that what happened to Charlie, because I think that he was the glue that held a lot of things together, and I just don't think that glue can ever be created again. And I think he's the most iconic man of our time. And so I also think that he has an amazing wife. Like, I genuinely came in her defense. I thought Erica Kirk did a great job. She's a mother. They had a witness what she now, as a person who lost his mother, as a child who lost his mother at 14 years old, not in that way, but lost a parent and they died. Your life, those kids' lives will never be the same. That holds true still. She's put under immense amounts of pressure. Okay. She's in the public eye. She has a huge shoes to fill. Okay. And I know that I can speak from experience on personal family members who had been left with businesses, that women can fall very vulnerable in times of grief. And they can fall vulnerable to people that want to take advantage of them. Mm-hmm. And they pretend that they're going to be their friend, or they pretend that they got you. I got you. Okay. And so what makes me always ask questions is, are there people there in her best interest? Are there people that are running our country for our best interest? Are there people that are doing things behind for their best interest, for Turning Point's best? So it's like, by me asking questions, or like, well, why did you forget that? Well, was there something that happened? Which, by the way, if you go to that comment section I got torn up on, she was grieving that day. I'm sorry, she was grieving while her own husband asked her questions. Mind blown. Fucking insane to me. It's like, and as humans, like, we try to make excuses to cover up things because we don't want. I'm not saying that she had anything to do. That's not what I'm saying. But if you go back to the context of it, it was a podcast between a husband and wife, a husband that he could have told you, bro, every hair on her body. Charlie knew everything about her to the T. That was one piece of the podcast's discussion. There were many things in that podcast that it was almost like a couple Q&A. So we was asking her a question. She got a few things that you can visibly see in his face. He's like, really? You don't remember that? Like, not the wedding day, but there was like something else. And so I'm not questioning she was a good wife or not. I'm not questioning any of that. I'm just asking a question. I was like, hey, women, like, is that something? I don't know. I'm not a woman. Like, is that something you forget?
Yeah.
I know that since the 1950s sitcoms, the all-time American joke has always been a wife mad that the husband forgot the anniversary.
Yeah.
It's literally, you could go back to I Love Lucy, Dick Van Dyke, any fucking national sitcom. It's always been a story plot. My husband forgot our anniversary. He didn't buy you a gift? No, he didn't buy me a gift. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Okay? Like, but in this situation, I'm crucified. There's no way. How dare you? You're a vile person. Okay, girl, but you weren't saying that when you were sitting on your fucking front porch with your fucking hot chocolate talking to your fucking neighbor Barbara about the bitch across the street whose husband just fucking died. Why is that any fucking different? This is why, and it's all females.
Yeah.
Go in the comments, all females. This is why females cannot compute sometimes. They're the smartest people, but yet they're too smart. Because then they're like, well, I have 4 kids and I forget stuff. I forget dates all the time. Okay, I was just asking you if that's something like I don't know why you're thinking out.
That's one of the wildest things about the society that we live in is that you just everybody when we were growing up, everybody asked questions about everything. Like you couldn't get gas without them being like, "That's really 87, isn't it?" Like it was everything. Now it's like we've shifted to the polar opposite of that. If you ask any questions, you're off the fucking team.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like, I don't even go to it anymore, but I've even asked a couple times. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, if we were sitting face to face and I had asked that question and some human actual person was standing in front of me and they're like, come on, Ian, you can't say that. I forget things all the time. I'd be like, okay, I don't know. I'm just asking. Like, I'm just asking. But because it's online and people feel emboldened, they're sitting at home. They feel like they're a part of this conversation. Like, this fucking Debbie from fucking Dallas really fucking knows. She fucking knows. She forgot her fucking anniversary too. So she's fucking, you know what I mean? She's fucking knows. She fucking, and then so she's fucking, and she's sending it to fucking, Trisha across the street. It's like, can you believe that conservative man just questioning this woman that, by the way, doesn't know any of these people? Give a fuck. She can give a fuck about Debbie from Dallas or fucking this bitch from this fucking Wyoming or whatever the place may be. But everybody online feels that. And so I now am out of that situation. And here's why. Charlie was just brought up in a disgusting light by somebody in another podcast where Charlie can't even defend himself. He can't even say yes or no. He's not here. So I had a realization where I'm like, you know what? This is gross. Like, I'm grossed out. Like, I can't even, I'm grossed out by people from my question, which was nowhere close to anything that anybody else is asking. But like, it's so toxic that I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I really don't care. Like, now I don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, you just beat something to shit, and then now this person's, and there's no right side of the coin to it. So you're just like, so now somebody asks me, I'm like, yeah, I love Charlie. He's dead. So I really don't care. Like, at the end of the day, like, he's not here anymore. I only care about him. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it has a lot to do with, I always say this about people in general. People don't believe the truth. Everybody will tell you, just give me the truth. Just give me the truth. No, that's not what you want to hear. People don't believe the truth. People will believe whatever they have to believe to make what they currently believe into the truth. That means they don't give a shit if it's half lies, half fabricated, half this, half that. If I can use it to bolster my argument that I already believe in, I'm going to use it rather than take the facts and being like, oh, fuck, man, I think I got to do a change of mind type thing here.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm going to keep doing what I do. There's subjects that I'm going to touch and there's subjects that I kind of just get bored with. And to be honest, like, that's why, over I've been doing this probably for 8 years, better part of 7, 8 years. Sometimes I would get messages of like, they're like, oh, I was really waiting for you to talk on this subject. Why didn't you talk about it? I'm like, I don't know, because 150 other content creators already did that. Go there. Like, if something's beat to shit, I'm just bored. Like, I'm that kid. I was that kid. You know what I'm saying? When I would like walk into a room, I'm like, y'all bitches are still talking about this? Bitch, I've already moved forward. And I'll just walk out. That's Ant. Like, I'm like that in real life.
Dude, that's how you gotta be like that. We need more of that. Cause like so my, incendiary cultural commentary, that's what I do. I point out problems in all these demographic areas. And the number one pushback I get, you're talking about the wrong people. You're talking about the wrong people. Okay, well, who am I supposed to talk about? Talk about the fucking Jews. Every motherfucker on the internet is talking about the Jews right now. Somebody's got to talk about somebody else. Please, somebody's got to talk about somebody else. Like, we don't all have to talk about the same shit. I can have my own opinion. You can have your own opinion. Oh, no. Did we freeze up, Air?
Yeah, you're back. You're back. Oh, you were about to tell me what it was.
Oh, so like it's like incendiary cultural commentary. I talk about the black community because I want the black community to become a success because it helps us all. I talk about immigration. I talk about brown communities, Middle Easterns. The number one thing that people always tell me, you're talking about the wrong people. Talking about the wrong people. Well, who the fuck am I supposed to talk about? You're supposed to be talking about the Jews. Every motherfucker on the internet is talking about the fucking Jews right now. Can we have a conversation about something else? Here, I'll make you a deal. I won't even talk about black people. I'll talk about prime rib. I'll talk about salads. I'll talk about pegging your husband. I don't give a fuck. Let's please talk about something other than the fucking Jews.
Pegging your husband's my favorite topic. Because they're always the people that are pegging their husbands that are like... Anyways, I'm not even gonna go there. I agree. I'm so tired of hearing. Here's what I'm gonna say about that. That I've been open about it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about anybody anywhere on the outside of North America. I really don't. I care more about Canadians and Mexican people than I do about anybody on the other fucking continents. Yep. I really don't care. Yep. I really don't. I would rather my homeless veterans, my American homeless veterans, and for that matter, our homeless, drugged out Americans get the help that they need. Let's get all the fucking money we can here, stay here. And then when all of our own problems are resolved, then we can say, what do you need, babe? You need $10? I got them.
Pull it out of your bra. Yeah, that's exactly it. Is we're
it doesn't make me anti anything. It
right,
makes me
yeah. That's the thing. How come being pro-America automatically gets you associated with being anti something else? No, I just want my homeland to succeed. I want my friends and my family that live here to do better. We've got a bunch of glaring issues that we've got to take into account. And meanwhile, we're trying to act holier than thou and tell the rest of the world how they should be living while our house is not in order. Our home is in complete disarray, and we keep telling everybody else how to live. No thanks. No fucking thanks.
I know. And look, and that's why it's gotten to the point where it's like, you literally like the Charlie situation, the Jew situation, the black situation, the gay situation, there's never going to be a right side of that argument ever, right? Everybody's going to think that their side is right about it. And here's what I have to say. I don't care. I'm just going to continue saying what I think. You're going to say what you think. Deborah from fucking Dakotas are going to say what she thinks. And she's going to fucking scratch her fucking fupa. And she's going to fucking go outside and get in her fucking raggedy ass car and fucking post a comment on your comment section saying, how could you? It's going to happen. Yeah. And guess what? I don't give a fuck. I don't.
Well, and that's the whole core of America, is to be open, it's open to interpretation. Like, I just did a show with another guy, and we talked about this. Like, I brought this up, and it's the idea that maybe we like to ask questions, but maybe was America founded as a recipe for disaster? Like, it wasn't an experiment that was supposed to fail. And the reason I asked that in the show, and I asked this out loud to anybody that needs to hear it, but it's the same principle. Okay, so you run a retail store, right? And you've got official Patriot gear going on, and you've got somebody comes in. How many times? I'm sure it's happened many times, but how many times have you dealt with somebody that walked in and there was too many choices, and they couldn't make a choice because they could. Oh, I'll get. Oh, me. You know what? I'll come back, and then I'll see what they want. Or I'll see what I want, and then I'll come back. But if you only gave them 3 shirts to choose from, that bitch would choose one right now.
Yeah, but still, but then there's the other side of it. Like, well, you only got 3?
Yeah.
I wish they had more. Yeah. So, but you're right. You're right. Absolutely right.
But that's how I look at America. Is like, when you look at the founding documents of this country, there's no rules. There's no set parameters or guidelines that we're supposed to, bumper bowl our way down as a group, as a community. It's individual liberty, pursuit of happiness. That is so broadly open to interpretation that it's almost disastrous, right? In and of itself, because my individual liberty might be freedom of speech, and my pursuit of happiness is having a nice 2-family or two bedroom house, and of this and that and the other thing, and whatever. As where somebody else's individual liberty is wanting to kill me and everything I stand for, and that's their pursuit of happiness at the same time. Well, technically, I mean, who's really wrong? I mean, we're both operating here, there's no parameter. So it takes really fucking strong-minded people to be able to cut through all that nonsense, and you're definitely one of them. And I like to think that I'm one of them, but I get proven wrong a lot, so I stay humble. But it's
rough. Look, I have rough days as well. I'm human. I think with this last situation, I was probably, I was kind of taken back, I think, for 10 minutes. And I was like, this is fucking wild. Like, this is wild. Like, I can't believe that one question, an innocent question, really, could, like, so many people can write you off on everything that, because that same Debbie from Dakota or wherever, couple weeks ago, she's like, thank you so much for everything that you do for the kids. We absolutely love it. Thank you so much for everything you did in the hurricanes. We absolutely love you. You fucking bitch. You don't like Erica. Troll. And you're like, girl, did she eat you out? Why are you so mad? Like, do you know her or something? So and that's where we're at, right? We're at this place where it's like, all I can do is I can control what's around my house, right? My store is very simple. Our company is very simple. Look, Ian is the founder. Him and I don't agree on a lot of stuff. I actually came after him myself when he talked about Erica Trump very early on. And I was like, how the fuck can you? And he'll tell you. He will tell you publicly that I did that. I was like, motherfucker, how can you talk about the way somebody's grieving? You're fucking inconsiderate. My dad grieved differently, and I still stand by that, But me and Ian don't have to get along. We don't have to see straight to be business partners, okay? Because the entire basis of our business is freedom of speech, our Constitution, God, family, country, patriotism over politics, okay? Everybody in my store knows. We told them day one, I said, if a trans person walks into this store or a liberal person walks into this store, you do not turn them down.
No.
Now, if they're acting a fucking certain type of way, and that goes for anybody, get the fuck out of here. But if they have genuine questions about what does Patriot mean, what does Patriot Gear mean, you tell them what our company mission is. And if they still want to stick around, they'll stick around. And if they don't, they have the freedom to walk out the door without us just randomly saying, you trans person. because we won't do that, right? And guess what? People that didn't, they walk into the store, and I've had some liberal people, and they're like, "Thank you," and I was like, "Well, so what'd you think?" Like, I'm like, "No, I thought it was just gonna be all MAGA stuff," and I was like, "This isn't a MAGA store. It's a Patriot store. Everyone's a patriot." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. I'll come back." So you see what I mean? So it's like we're all on the internet, and we're all just battling this battle. And I'm like, what's the battle? Like, what the fuck are we doing? The only battle is our own government.
Yes. Yes. Well, that's the whole notion behind what I do, why I do it. Everybody says it's a top-down problem, which it is. The elites are creating the issues on the way down, but everybody wants to take a top-down approach to it. You can't put yourself above the billionaires. You can't. There's not a lifetime in any universe that you could imagine coming from the bottom and placing yourself above the top to try to fix them, to try to stop the trickle down effect. What we got to do is we've got to start at the bottom. It's a bottom up approach. We stifle out the power structure from the top by changing the minds and hearts of the people at the bottom. We get people at the bottom so that we can no longer be used by the people at the top. Next thing you know, people at the top are staying up late at night because they think people are coming for them. And that's where we want them. We want them to understand they work for us again. And, I don't remember who said it, but they said as soon as the government is big enough to do what you want it to do, it's big enough to do it without your permission. And that's where we're at.
Exactly. And we just, did an event yesterday here. We do a lot of stuff with the Young Republicans of Southwest Florida. And, I said, listen, I said, you're saying stuff where, they're raising the Somalian flag at a school somewhere in Missouri or wherever it was. And I'm like, if parents actually woke up in the morning and took a shower and they were like, this shit ain't happening. If there's more of you than them, it's not guaranteed it's not going to fucking happen at your school. Okay. That's where I was like, I made a video where I was like finally tired of it. And I'm like, guess what? I don't have no kids. I don't really like kids at all. Like at all. Like if they're not my personal nieces and nephews, like I'm pretty good to go. Like so why am I fighting for your kids if you're not going to fight as hard? So that's why I'm like, I'm good. Like I'll bring the awareness, but you guys are parents. You need to go to the school and do the things, right? Donald Trump can do whatever the fuck he wants. Joe Biden can do whatever the fuck he wants. But locally, you still can do what you want. I know it doesn't seem that way because they just gave the city to Mahmoud, whatever the fuck, salami, bologna, macaroni, madami. But I never know anyone's name, by the way.
I think it's pronounced goat fucker. I think
that's. I fucking knew I was missing it. Fucking goat fucker. How quickly we forgot. September 11th, by the way. So I that's what it is like, I know it doesn't seem that way, but like in your community itself, if you want something to change within the school board or you want something to change, you can do it. You can do it easier than those guys at the top because they already got all of us. They're already making the money, right? They're already there. We can scream and yell and burn down buildings and do all the things. It's already happened. It's already there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's to go to your point. On another tangent, I'm sorry.
Well, it's what they want, really. I mean, honestly, it's kind of what they want. Everybody screams about this martial law, and we've been hearing they're just doing this to get martial law. But then these people will turn around and start fighting with everybody. Like, aren't you kind of playing into the plan? Like, if you believe that they want everybody to fight and get violent with each other so that they have a reason to usher in martial law and take our freedoms away, it would kind of seem to me that you maybe shouldn't blow things up. You shouldn't start things on fire. You shouldn't be fighting in the street. Have a little screaming match. That's fine. But once it comes to the fisticuffs, we need to tone it down a little bit here.
Right.
It's absurd.
Well, and I think that's why Charlie was such an anomaly, because that man was able to literally sit there, not go full fucking gangster or ghetto like I would on people. Okay. And he'd be like, okay, that's great. But why? And then ask questions. And then they would come back and then he would correct them, or he would be like, I get where you're coming from. And that was it. And he was able to open minds. And so that for that reason, I don't believe that there's going to be another person like him ever.
Right.
And there might be someday, but we're not there. I mean, it's not going to be his friends. It's not going to be his wife. It's not me. Because like I said, I would go full ghetto. If somebody started fucking saying, oh, yeah, I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck did you just say? What did you just fucking say? Charlie wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it was a scare for me, and it should be a scare for many. It was a scare for many influencers, which is why we cried for days and days. And sometimes still I think about it, and I was like, that's why we're crying. We're crying because we saw it. An innocent man was shot. He was killed in front of everybody. He's killed in front of his wife and kids. Killed. Senselessly killed. But I'm more controversial than he is.
Yeah.
So then I'm like in full fucking panic mode because I'm like, I mean, bro, I didn't leave the house for like, even nowadays I'm like sketching. I'm like,
Yeah.
did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Because it's true.
Yeah. It is absolutely true. I wear my gun in my house. Like,
Yeah.
like I never ever have it don't have it on me. Fuck all
Right.
of that,
Right.
But that's, when it comes to Charlie, like I've gotten in a lot of conversations about Charlie, and obviously, well, not obviously, but I don't know a whole ton about him. I didn't dive into his life. Okay. I loved him because because of what he did, how he spoke, the mannerisms in which he spoke with, the place in which he spoke with, the intent that he spoke with. He intended to change minds. He intended not to start the fight, but to change the minds of the people that want to start the fight. And that's why I truly respected the shit out of him. But when he died, I ended up having to get into conversation after conversation about him, and I just summed it up this way: he was so like a testament to his life. He was so fucking effective. They had to take him out,
And that's what I believe as well.
Yeah, he was an amazing thing, and that comes like maybe once in a generation. So hopefully we'll have another Charlie, and hopefully that he will do even better job than fucking Charlie did. But I fully side with you that until that day comes where that one make it, and I know they're grooming a bunch of these fucking young bastards to try to do it, but
okay, you can't make. He just had it. And look, I'm not discrediting anybody that goes out there and does this, right? I'm not. I think it's great. I think it's so impactful still. I love it when high school kids come into my store and they're like, "Aunt, we just started a Turning Point chapter at our high school." I'm like, hell yeah, man, do it. Like, do the thing. Like, keep speaking out. Don't stop. Like, if you ever need me or any influencer to come and help you guys speak or whatever, just let us know. Like, that's important, right? It's still important, and there's still influencers that are doing the damn thing, and I love that. But you can't create another Charlie. Like, he had it, man. He had it, and look, there were some things where I was like, but not all the time. Like maybe once or twice, not all the time. Most of the time, I was like, "Fuck yeah,
yeah,
fuck yeah." You know what I mean? I'm like,
get that motherfucker.
Yes, and he did it, and he did it in the like most swiftest, fucking smartest way possible. Because I again know how I would react. So yeah, I think it's a really weird time right now, and we've gotten through worse in our history. We just need to we need to fucking get a grasp on this shit. Like we really do need to get a grasp on it.
Yeah.
I think the only element that really is the worst thing that probably happened, the worst and the best thing that happened is the internet. Like,
Yeah.
we had the internet, and it was like, how many pedophiles were in the AOL chat room when we were 14? Probably a lot. And nobody fucking questioned it. And now it's like you question it, and we have all the tools, and we're like digging into it. We're finding these motherfuckers. We're trying to expose these motherfuckers, but we're the ones that get banned. And we're like, what's really going on? And that's why you're thinking and asking questions, and you're like, okay. So these guys up here, it's those motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
It's them.
Wait,
We're just over here making podcasts, but I got a cool ass background. You got a cool ass background. We're making podcasts, talking about it. But we're here. They're like,
yeah. Yeah, we're at the bottom. That's the way I look at it. If you're not at the top, which if if you're not in the White House, you're not being invited to the WEF forums, you're at the bottom. Even if you're a multi-billionaire, you're at the bottom. If you're not there, you're at the bottom.
yeah, exactly.
So if I was to ask you, okay, so let's just say we can start wrapping this up, but because I know you got people over and things to do. If
I mean, I just enjoyed. This is great. Like I enjoyed this.
Well, here, let me touch on one thing. Okay, so the most important thing I think we can do, and this is what we've seen in the last, I would say, 5 to 7 years primarily, is previous to that, we wanted people to switch sides. Like, especially if you were on the right, you wanted people to come over from the left. Like, come on over. We'll nurture you. We'll rub your back. We'll dry your tears. We'll educate you. And then we'll make you a real human being. But now we're still hearing all of that rhetoric from every side, because there's 1,000 sides now. We're hearing all that rhetoric, but as soon as somebody leaves their side, nobody wants to make room for them. So now I think we're getting this congregation of people like you and I, where we don't necessarily fit into any singular pocket of people. And that's where I did the video the other day about, everything is about extremists, right? Far left, far right. Where's the far middle? Let's start the far middle, because that's where we need to be at for shit to happen. That's where the conversations happen. That's where the mind changes happen. That's where the changes of heart happen, and that's where the progress happens. So we can start the far middle, get everybody that we can use to get here, and I think we can really make some headway. But based on making headway, if let's just say President Ant, you got put in the office. You had 3 opportunities, 3 choices that they couldn't be undone to make this place the best place it could possibly be. Where do we start?
I would say first, make sure that all of the money that taxpayers pay stays right here in this country so that we can fix everything here. Make sure that the adoption process in this country is actually affordable for actual vetted parents to be able to adopt children here before they go to other fucking countries and adopt children. There's no reason why our adoption process, that's a whole other thing. But you need like 80 grand.
Yeah.
In order to, you could be able-bodied parents, but for some weird reason, they want 80 grand from you. Trafficking. Okay. Let's look into that.
Yeah.
And then, God, what's another one? I would make it, this isn't a wish, but this is, I guess I'm the president, huh? I don't think I can say it on the internet. Just kidding.
Yeah, like you're gonna hold back. We interrupt this very important message to bring you another very important message. This is where shit went wrong. I mean, very wrong. It wouldn't be my show if shit didn't go catastrophic at one point or another. So 3, 2, 1, let's get back to it. All right. So after these technical difficulties, what was that last answer?
I would say the last answer for me was, if I were the president, I would say we do need to start over. And if you are not for America and you're not raising this flag proudly, you got to go. You're out.
I absolutely 100% agree with that. And I will tell you one thing that I think you just made a super fan out of my wife with that adoption stuff, because she and her brother are adopted.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So just to touch on that for people real quick, I became pro-life I wasn't before because not for any reason specifically, but I didn't really understand the laws that were passing in certain states. And I was like, I have no skin in the game. Like, I'm not a woman, right? Like the things that the social construct, right? That they make you believe that you don't have skin in the game in. I was like, how many women would actually go through with their pregnancy if they had better options of parents that were able to adopt their children instead of going to Planned Parenthood? Like, how many women are like genuinely terrified of where their kids would go, which is not out of the question. It's
No.
not. I mean, we can afford having 2 or 3 kids. I mean, my parents raised us on less,
Yeah.
way less. Okay. But like the process to become an adoptive parent is way more expensive and harder than it is to foster and get funded to foster through the government, which makes no sense. And you're not even guaranteed to keep these kids. And then how much abuse and trauma did the kids go through the foster system when they could have just been adopted by a really good family that's been vetted? Like, that's why I think the guys up here are doing some fuck shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucking crazy to me. Like, why do we have to go somewhere else and get kids when we have so many kids that can go to so many great parents?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a big thing that I don't speak up enough about. And the only reason is because I'm like, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an incredibly encompassing topic to get into adoption and, that whole conspiracy of like, well, we don't adopt them out because we need to traffic them over deer and, this and that and the other things. So,
yeah.
But I absolutely love your answers there. I think we should wrap this up after our technical difficulties before we have some more. I would absolutely love to have you back on the show. We'll do another show. So, guys, right before we get to Hopelessly Human, you know the drill. If you want to help me out, get these words out, get these truths out, you can follow me on at Savagely Loud on Instagram. That is where I'm most active. On that link, your beauty has just got me so flustered. On that page, you're going to find 2 links. One of those links is going to be to the Savagely Loud podcast page. If you could please follow me there, that would be greatly appreciated. The other link you're going to find is a simple link tree. Anywhere you want to hear my rants or see my bullshit, you can find it there. Outside of that, Facebook, X, Rumble, and Substack at Savagely Loud, YouTube at Savagely Loud Podcast, and you can email me in at savagelyloud@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share the material, rate and review the show. It really does help us incredibly to get these words out. Mr. Ant, the amazing Ant, let everybody know where they can find you one last time.
Conservative Ant on all platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So I wanted to thank you for being on the show because you are an inspiration to literally millions and millions of fucking people. You are a shatterer of stereotypes, which we need more of in this country. And you're willing to have the conversation, no matter what the conversation is. You're willing to have it, and we also need more of that. So thank you so much for being you. You know how we end the show, guys. We spend this time down in the sticky wickets of shit, and we don't want to walk away all anxious and anxiety-ridden. So we're going to pick ourselves up and remind us that humans still exist out in this world with a little segment I like to call Hopelessly Human, and it starts a little bit like...
People can be really rough. They can be quite tough. They can get in the way, but at the end of the day, some aren't only stupid, some are hopelessly human.
Yes, they are. Some are hopelessly human as fuck. Today's Hopelessly Human comes to you from psychologytoday.com. It is apparently off the screen. So the title of this one is called The Secret Santa of Kansas City. The Secret Santa of Kansas City spent more than 30 years spreading holiday cheer to those who least expected it. I give folks who need a lift some holiday magic to believe in, says the mysterious philanthropist who gave away $65,000 last holiday season alone. Much of it in $100 bills, including a Secret Santa mission to San Diego in the wake of the biggest fire in California's history. I've been at rock bottom myself. 30 years ago, I was an out-of-work salesman living in my car in Houston, Mississippi. I'll never forget the diner owner who gave me $20 for a good breakfast and a tank full of gas to drive out of town. 10 years later, employed at a secure job in Kansas City and married with 2 young children, Secret Santa struck for the first time. A few days before Christmas, he decided to pass along his blessings by giving a waitress at a drive-in a $50 tip. Her eyes filled with tears as she told him he had no idea what that gift meant to her. I thought of how the diner owner's kindness has given me a second chance, and a light bulb went off in my head about how to repay him. That first year, Secret Santa gave away $400 in $20 bills. Since then, the successful entrepreneur increases his generosity as his own good fortune continues to grow. He'd go down to the railroad tracks or just stop people on the side of the street and hand out $100 bills, says Mike Strong, a police officer who escorted Santa into some of Kansas City's rougher neighborhoods in 1999 and 2000, and is sworn to secrecy about his identity. The look in folks' eyes as they just melt with disbelief and joy is a real thrill to see. Santa has also handed out cash and holiday cheer in New York after 9/11 and Washington, D.C. after the rash of snipers in 2002. Not long before, he passed away in 2007. The Secret Santa of Kansas City returned to Houston to surprise the diner owner who started it all. At the time, the $20 seemed like $10,000 to me, Santa says, so that's how much he gave the surprised elderly gentleman and his ailing wife, $10,000, originally published in Family Circle magazine. That's Hopelessly Human. That's the show. Later, guys.